Welcome back for our Heart of the High Plains series. I'm Princess Bryant, and today I am joined with Make-A-Wish, Texas Panhandle, and Danae to talk a little bit more about what they do in the community. Thank you for joining me today.
Thank you so much for having me on.
Yeah, so tell me first, what does Make-A-Wish do?
So, at Make a Wish, we grant life changing wishes for children who have critical illnesses. A lot of people assume that it's children who are terminal. While some of our children are terminal, it is children who have critical illnesses. So, many kids go on to lead very healthy, long lives and are part of our society. So,
And Make-A-Wish, tell me how does it work for the children? How do they get to grant that wish?
So there's several ways that people can apply for a child. We have doctors of the patients who sometimes apply, their therapists, their teachers, their parents, and even sometimes wish kids apply for themselves if they're the older ones. And so they go in and apply on our website. And we do go through a very rigorous process because, especially on the medical side, because we want to make sure that the child is healthy. If, say, they choose a travel wish, we want to make sure that we're just taking every single precaution to make sure that child is okay. So it goes through a process, and if they are approved for a wish, there's certain conditions that do not get you approved for a wish. It does have to be something life-threatening. Then they get to meet with their wish granter and the wish team and dream up their wish. So a lot of people think they just go to Disney. Well, that's not it. There's lots of wishes where it's a playhouse, maybe a service dog, maybe it's an experience to meet somebody. But even if it is a Disney wish, we work to make it for that child. So if they have a particular character or something they love that's Disney, then they make the experience about that. So it's amazing.
Yeah, and you kind of already touched on it, but tell me the range of wishes that these children ask for.
Yeah, so we have kids who wish to see, wish to do, wish to give, wish to be. So kids go on trips to Disney. They could go to Hawaii. We've had one go to the Olympics.
Yeah.
We have them meet stars that will work with Make-A-Wish. We have kids with playhouses. One boy had a train building built where he can work on his trains in the backyard. And then we have animal service dogs. So basically anything that you can dream up within reason, of course, we try to accommodate.
And we're talking about the Texas Panhandle chapter. Tell me, how many counties do you guys serve? How many children are part of it?
So we are on track. Our fiscal year starts September 1, so we're already in fiscal year 26.
Yeah.
We're on track to grant 24 wishes in the Texas Panhandle. So we cover the whole Panhandle all the way up to the border. But we still have 34 kids waiting in our pipeline for their wish. We have enough funds to grant those wishes that we have already committed to, but we need more funds to be able to get to the other children who are waiting. And in the meantime, kids are applying for wishes. They keep coming in. Every 20 seconds, a child was diagnosed with a critical illness. And so our pipeline we'll always have a pipeline of children who need a wish.
And talking about that critical illness in children, being able to bring a little sense of joy to them.
Yes.
Tell me, how far does that really go?
Well, I am a wish mom. My daughter Hannah was a wish kid in 2020 before I even started working for Make-A-Wish. So that was my first. Everybody, knows what Make-A-Wish is, but they usually don't know the ins and outs of it. I did not know that it wasn't for children who were terminal. My daughter was not terminal, but she qualified for a wish, and she wanted to be a princess. She was a princess. But she wanted to be a princess at Disney.
Yeah.
So we had the most amazing time, our family, with my other two kids. Hannah was in a wheelchair. She used a feeding tube full time. She was nonverbal. She had seizures. So she spent a lot of time in therapy and a lot of time at the doctor's offices and a lot of time sick. So this was a week where she got to be a 7-year-old princess at the most magical place on earth. She didn't take any naps. She didn't fuss or complain or cry. She was ready at 6:30 in the morning and stayed up till 7 at night, ready to go and have her adventure. And it was just so beautiful to watch because it affected our entire family. Unfortunately, we did lose Hannah last year. And so the fact that we have these amazing memories and pictures to look upon and cherish makes it that much more meaningful. So these families are going through this most stressful time in their lives.
Yeah.
These children have not asked for this illness, right? This is something that a hand they've been given. And so we want to get a little bit of that joy and hope back. We've done studies where it does help with some of their recovery, to have this wish to look forward to. But also, their power has been taken away when they've been given this diagnosis, and they get the power. They get the power to choose their wish and the details of it, and it gives them, it's empowering to the child. And many of our children go on to do stuff in the medical fields or something that, pertained to their wish because it was that impactful.
And you touched on it, them being able to have a choice. When they're going through this illness, they feel like their choices are limited. They don't really have much of a say in what's going on. But this wish allows them to have that.
Absolutely. And, we've had the most unique wishes. A child went on during his recovery or during his chemotherapy. Him and his family watched Survivor. And so when he was recovering, he wanted to go to the Survivor set. He now works for Survivor.
Wow.
Yes, he is recovered, and he is now an employee on that TV show. So it gives them their power, and he got to make these choices, and it led to his career. So that's just one of many stories of amazing things like that happening.
And tell me, when you're seeing the parents, kind of their reaction to it, especially with your personal connection to it, how does that make you feel? What are you seeing happen with them?
As a parent, the one thing you want is for your child to be healthy and happy. That's out of anything, that's what you want. And so to see them happy in this experience is like no other. Sometimes as parents, they obviously take on a lot of stress. They have to usually make the medical choices, right? And they get to see their child being a child and kind of some of that stress lift off. And sometimes as a parent, you feel like you're on an island by yourself in this world, medical world, right? And to be able to have this just respite with the family and just to see the joy, it can lift everybody's spirits, even those around you in your community that aren't involved, that see it through you. It really is a ripple effect.
You said that you guys are on track for 24 wishes to be
Correct.
granted. Tell me the wishes that have been granted so far. What do they kind of look like?
So some of the most recent wishes, we did have a little girl who wanted a playhouse in the backyard. And then we have a couple wishes for it's kind of like a off-road stroller type thing for a child who's in a wheelchair.
Okay.
And then a lot of them have been travel wishes. So we have several Disney wishes and several beach trip wishes. During COVID, we weren't able to do travel wishes. So, now that those are back and we can travel, there are about 65% of our kids do choose to travel.
Yeah. And you mentioned one special story where he's now working with Survivor. Tell me any other stories you've heard kind of similar to that, where this helped them get on a career path.
Yeah, so there's been multiple children who have, because of people in their lives during their going through this time and with their illness, have gone on to be, I can think of some that have gone on to be therapists.
Wow,
that work with the children in the hospital. Some, one particular girl, she's actually in college now, but she's going to be an oncologist to work with, pediatric cancer patients.
Wow, yeah.
So it really, we have a wish child who now works for us at Make-A-Wish. And like myself, I'm a wish mom who now works for Make-A-Wish. So it really is, it sets your trajectory different when you experience the magic of the wish.
Yeah, and you guys have your chili cook-off coming up in January.
Yes.
Tell me, how does that help you guys?
Oh my gosh, we're so thankful for the Tri-State Championship Chili Cook-Off. They have been doing this for decades.
Yeah.
It's one of the longest running external fundraisers we've ever had. And we're just so thankful for them because all of the proceeds come back to our wish kids here in the Panhandle. And so we're able to grant multiple wishes because of that partnership. And then we have, the Panhandle Car Show in March, which raises so many funds too and spreads awareness. So honestly, without those events that they put on for us, with us being the benefactor, we wouldn't be able to grant near as many wishes as we were able to do.
And tell me, what can people expect if they want to make their way out to the chili cook-off?
Lots of chili. Get to try it. I don't know what their ticket is for the door for this particular year. I know it was $5 last year, so it might be a little more this year. But they get their cups. They get to taste the chili. There is entertainment.
Yeah.
They get to see the chili being made. They have different things going on for people to watch, entertainment, music, silent auction with some great auction items for you to bid on. So it's just like it's a fun day for the whole family that just brings the community together and also goes to a great cause.
And you kind of touched on it that each ticket kind of helps you guys grant a wish. Tell me
Yes.
how much you guys looking for. Is there an amount you guys want to raise?
So it's right now with inflation and cost of everything, it's about $15,000 for a wish. Obviously, some of the wishes, depending on what it is, will be less than that. And then our travel wishes, those are the more expensive ones, could go over that. So with each $15,000 we get, we know that we're able to grant another wish here in the Amarillo community.
And how can people support you guys outside of the cook-off?
We have the cook-off, the Panhandle Car Show. We also have a big event coming up around April or May that's going to be a big wish celebration because we will have officially by then granted 1,000 wishes since the chapter began here in Amarillo. So we're going to celebrate that really big. It'll be a family, fun, friendly event. People can go to our Instagram page. It's MAW for Make-A-Wish, MAW Texas Panhandle written out, and there will be updates there. You can also go to www.wish.org/NTX to find updates. But of course, we need donations. That's what helps the wishes come to fruition. Any kind of in-kind services, if there is, a construction team out there or people that could help assemble things or help with backyard makeovers, any kind of in-kind donations help our bottom line when it comes to granting the wishes. And then, of course, volunteers. We are always looking for volunteers. Our wish granters that work with the families individually, they are volunteers. So if you want to work with families to help them discover their wish all the way till granting the wish, then this is a good opportunity for volunteers as well.
And as we head into the holiday seasons, do you guys do anything for Thanksgiving or Christmas for these children?
So we are working with some people right now to maybe get a Santa to some of their houses.
Yeah.
There are some kids that will be in the hospital, so we want to shower them with a little bit of love. And of course, the biggest fundraiser we have coming up is Panhandle Gives Day. So from November 24th to December 2nd, you can go to panhandlegives.com and pick Make-A-Wish Texas Panhandle, and that will raise funds as well during the holiday season to grant wishes.
And tell me if parents are watching this, they want to get involved, maybe their child is going through a situation.
Yeah.
How can they apply?
So you can go to the website, www.wish.org, wish.org, apologize.
No, yeah.
But please feel free to reach out to me. My email is dhooks, for Danae Hooks, at ntx.wish.org. I would be happy to reply with anything that you need or find that answer for you. But the quickest way would be to go to our website and fill out the application process. But I love talking to the families.
Yeah.
So please reach out to me as well so that I can help you through the process and get to know you. Because the one thing that I've noticed is all the Wish families stay connected with Make-A-Wish. It's not just we're done, we're not going to see y'all again. Like, we have an alumni society, and people still want to give back to something that really changed their life.
And finally, I know when we first began, I kind of asked you to explain what Make-A-Wish is and what you guys do. How would you explain what Make-A-Wish is for you personally?
It's my calling.
Yeah.
It really is. I've been placed here because I know both sides of it. I know what it's like to experience your child having a wish and experience what they're going through with an illness. I was placed here because I can speak to both sides, and I want to see every single child who is going through a critical illness to get this moment of hope and joy that it brings. I think every child deserves that because they don't deserve what they're going through. And so it's just my passion to make sure that that's happening here in the Panhandle for all of our kids.
All right. I think that is everything.
Thank you
All right.
so